My name is Jimmy Costello, and this is an unscripted video diary. We're calling it The Making of a Documentary, the Sabrina Cain cold case story. First, let me ask you this. Have you seen this girl? Obviously not, because 45 years ago, she was stuffed through a hole in the ice like a bag of garbage, only to surface 8 weeks later after the thaw. I would like to believe her spirit was taken up before that, because she had 3 bullet holes in her, 1 in her head. Her hands were bound with ski rope tied to a cinder block. And that's the motivation of this documentary. Let's start from the beginning. The universe brought myself, her only surviving sister, Kimberly Cain, and a fellow classmate, also from Belleville, Deb Berger, class of 73, as was Sabrina, and a friend, Sarah Savra, who took interest in the story after all the Facebook posts. Going back a little ways, I'm from Belleville, Illinois. If you're not from there, or you've never spent any time there, Belleville could be best described as an unassuming little area that lies in the shadow of the Arch in downtown St. Louis on the riverfront. Belleville has a few newsworthy moments over the years. The Great Flood of 1957. In 1991, 60 Minutes did a story on the chief of police and the mayor for extreme racism and prejudice. The same year, the mayor of the adjoining city, East St. Louis, was indicted for corruption. The city went broke that year. They quit picking up trash, and most of the police department was laid off as well. Going back a little further, when my 2 brothers and I were little boys, Sabrina was our babysitter. She was one of the only ones that could handle 3 little rascals and actually stay after 1 or 2 visits. And I chuckle at that, but not when you find out what happened to Sabrina. My mom told us she moved away. It wasn't until we were a little older we found out what actually happened. In the story, there was only one suspect, and that was her stepfather. He was a cop, a crooked cop, was the only suspect who, after a 2-day Fugazi trial, this was how it was described by a witness who was actually in the trial, said that he was let go because there was a lack of evidence. And then no one ever looked into the case again. All these years, up until Mom passed, she wondered why no one closed the case, why no one looked at it. And that's our hope as a collaborative effort. It's our goal to raise awareness and for someone to open this case again. And if it was him, even posthumous, you can close the case. But there are other disappointments. We were in Belleville a couple of months ago. Investigators and detectives from that period say they don't want to get involved. Involved in what? The boyfriend who was interviewed, who was with her the day before she vanished, told me that he don't remember anything from back then or anything about that he couldn't help. That's a little odd. I spoke with a gentleman, Kurt. He was with her the day before she vanished. He remembered everything as if it were yesterday. It's amazing. There's still so much evidence that was passed over. It was police abandonment is what it was. So, if you would, follow us, like us, subscribe. I will continue to post video diaries leading up to the documentary. And I know I'm sure that Sabrina's at peace now, but she deserves finality. And that's what we intend to do, is close the case once and for all. Thank you. God bless.